and welcome to NXT.
My name is Enzo Amore, and I am a certified G and a bona fide star, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Big Cass, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room, how you doing? And as for the Lucha Dragons,
Dragons? You call yourselves dragons?
more like the Geico lizards.
Either save us 15% or more on our auto insurance or get the heck out of our way.
There's gonna be an accident.
Because we are on the road to the NXT Tag Team Titles. And anybody that stands in our way, there's only one word to describe them. And I'm gonna spell it out for you. S-A-W-F-T.
Enzo and Cass are fired up
I
tonight.
tell you, they're fired up. Graves, don't lie to me. Do you have that shirt in your closet that Enzo's wearing?
Offended you even asked me that question.
That means yes.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 370 pounds, Kalisto, Singata, the Lucha Dragons.
A tremendous opportunity here for Sin Cara and Kalisto, former NXT Tag Team Champions, the two men that felled the Ascension at NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way.
Something that no one thought they would be able to do, myself included. Corey Graves, did you feel the same way on that? Were you shocked when the Lucha Dragons were able to knock off the Ascension?
Absolutely. Everyone in the NXT universe was shocked.
And I got to tell you, with Enzo and Cass, I've seen them for quite some time. I've seen them come out here and have a good time. But there's an air of confidence about these two right now. Looking forward to see what happens here.
Yeah. All I know is they better have brought their A game because they are going to face an aerial assault like they've never seen before from the Lucha Dragons.
Hey guys, how about the one distraction that's really come between Cass and Amore? Carmella, not here at ringside. Enzo and Cass saying, quote, we really need to focus on this #1 contenders match here tonight. Enzo Amore starting things off here against Kalisto and a kick out.
If these guys winning the NXT Tag Team titles means less Carmella at ringside, I don't want them to win.
It certainly means more of Enzo's beard. He calls it the how I woke up.
It looks like he woke up with mange.
Looks like the reverse Hulk Hogan.
Enzo Amore going right after Kalisto here. Enzo and Cass into the cover here and a kick out. Kalisto nearly had him.
Corey, who do you like coming out of this matchup to potentially challenge Blake and Murphy?
Listen, the Lucha Dragons have been to the mountaintop. They've held the NXT Tag Team Championships. They know what it's all about. They want that back. They want to be back in that position. They're my pick tonight. Sounds like the NXT universe might have an opposing viewpoint.
Sounds like it to me.
Chant for, the realest guys in the room. Meanwhile, the tag to the veteran, Sin Cara and Kalisto with a senton. Sin Cara thinks they have it here. Hook to the leg and a kick out.
You know, you said it earlier that Carmella is not out here with us right now. They wanted to keep her back there. Just the fact that they wanted to keep her in the back makes me think, is Enzo's mind really in the right place? Is he thinking about her right now? Where is she? Is she
That's
safe?
a good point. You would like to think that they're focusing on the match here. They seem to be doing okay so far. In comes Big Cass. Oh, great teamwork.
It's like throwing a lawn dart.
Big Cass with the sidewalk slam. Into the cover here, hook to the leg on Sin Cara and a kick out. Enzo Amore and Colin Cassady have been in the hunt for the NXT Tag Team titles in the past. This is a golden opportunity for these two.
Working very well right now.
Another cover and a kick out. Blake and Murphy, of course, some weeks ago really surprised the NXT universe. Successful defense of their tag team titles at NXT TakeOver Rival against the Lucha Dragons.
You know who wasn't surprised by their victory? Blake and Murphy. They've been saying all along they belong where they're at.
Well, Lucha Dragons fresh off a victory a few weeks ago against Dillinger and Jordan. Some issues between those two in that match.
It was a smart move by Enzo. It was a smart move by Enzo.
Now Sin Cara the tag here to Kalisto. Kalisto, look at this! Like a lightning bolt out of the sky, the crossbody into Enzo. Oh, Listo kick.
So quick. He's so quick.
That beard just went into the mat. Here's the cover, and Enzo kicked out.
Enzo needs to get Cass in a bad way.
Kalisto's doing the smart thing, though. He's cut the ring in half. He's keeping the action on the Lucha Dragons side of the ring.
Still here to come here tonight on NXT. Our main event, Hideo Itami against Tyler Breeze, guys. That's going to be a fantastic match, a rematch from NXT TakeOver Rival.
They kicked off the show in a big way. I'm excited to see what they bring tonight.
Now the Lucha Dragons in control. Jason, we know what the Lucha Dragons bring to the ring, but what is it about Enzo and Cass that really sets them apart?
I tell you, they're not afraid to run their mouth. They try to get you off your game plan, but of late, they've been running their mouth and backing it up.
Sin Cara from the second rope and the headbutt. Think about how much this means to Sin Cara. Oh, the drop kick. His first championship here in WWE, winning the NXT Tag Team titles alongside Kalisto. Corey, how much do you want and think Sin Cara wants to get back to that point?
Oh, absolutely. Everyone wants to hold championships here in NXT, WWE. That's what this business is all about. But these guys are in a bad situation right now. Enzo and Cass better look up.
And Cass wiped out by the Dragons.
I'd like to think Cass actually threw Enzo out of the way right there, trying to save his little buddy.
Yeah, taking the punishment in lieu of the Lucha Dragons, taking out both Enzo and Cass. And here come the Lucha Dragons on a roll here. Enzo's taking a ton of damage.
Oh, look at the strength.
Look at that schoolboy powerbomb.
That always amazes me.
Look at how far away Kalisto is. Oh, caught on the top.
Cass wasn't the legal man.
Look at Cass. Look at Cass, what he's doing there.
Saving Enzo Amore. There's the tag.
I guess when you're 7 feet tall, you can do whatever you want.
East River crossing. Now the tag to Enzo. Look at this. Off the top. Oh, man. Enzo Amore the cover. Sky's the limit for Enzo and Cass.
Here are your winners, Enzo Amore and Colin Cassady.
You mean to tell me that there is a real-world possibility that Enzo Amore could hold a title here in NXT?
Yeah, that Fu Manchu you up he's got dyed into his face could be holding the title sometime soon.
I'm not going to give it to Big Cass. He definitely bailed him out. But
let's take you back here in this #1 Contenders match. And watch this. This is the point of the match where we saw Big Cass saving Enzo Amore. Look at this, doing all the work from his own Jason. It's the tag.
Taking little man over to the corner, hitting the big East River crossing, and that is it.
The East River crossing would then set up Enzo Amore. Watch this. Watch how Cass drives Amore into Kalisto. All the wind going out of the lungs of Kalisto.
What do you think, 10 feet, 11 feet up right there, Grave?
at least Cass is a big human being.
Tremendous opportunity for those two. How about the opportunity for Alex Riley tonight? Riley has quit as an announcer, all to get his hands on Kevin Owens. However, Riley must prove to William Regal he's ready. And if he hopes to face Owens, he's got to beat CJ Parker. Parker will test Riley tonight.
Next week, the road called and NXT answered. Get ready. NXT's baddest and brightest are invading the Arnold Sports Festival in Columbus, Ohio, with fan tryouts exclusive interviews, autograph signings, and more. But it doesn't stop there. It gets even bigger.
Kevin Owens came out here, bullied Alex Riley, poured water over his head.
Riley quit.
He walked away from this because he wants a piece of Kevin Owens.
Alex Riley, I'm gonna end your in-ring career too.
Alex Riley finally gets his hands on NXT champion Kevin Owens. And Ohio's own Alexa Bliss collides with NXT Women's Champion Sasha Banks. The Buckeye State will never be the same. NXT at the Arnold Sports Festival next week on WWE Network.
They've got the moves, they've got the muscles, and Fred's got the plan.
Flintstone, you've got yourself something real special here.
Thanks, Mr. McMagman. Something big is coming, and the world's biggest superstars will finally meet their match.
Let's yabba dabba do this.
The Flintstones and WWE are teaming up.
That sounds like fun.
For a main event that will rock your world. The Flintstones and WWE Stone Age SmackDown. Available now on Blu-ray and DVD. Not rated.
You want to know how good Alex Riley is? You really want to know? Just ask me.
Well, there's Alex Riley. He plans on becoming WWE champion one day.
Alex Riley has arrived, and he's running the show. I'm ready to go, ready to show the world my talent.
He is certainly on a positive path. It's the A-Bomb from A-Ride.
I will do anything. I'm out there to entertain. That's my #1 objective. It's time for Alex Riley to go out and make his own claim.
Wow, it is hard to deny the passion of Alex Riley. And tonight, for the first time in over 2 years, Riley returns to in-ring competition when he faces off against CJ Parker. But of course, the reason Alex Riley is returning to in-ring action is because of the vicious attack from NXT champion Kevin Owens. Let's take a look now at the dominance and destruction of the reigning NXT champion.
My name's Kevin Owens. I have fought for 14 years to get to the WWE. I will fight anyone and everyone. I am the future.
No. My God! Kevin Owens continues the assault. I mean, this is malice, viciousness. Kevin Owens continuing to dominate NXT.
This is what sets Kevin Owens apart from other men.
We haven't seen domination like this since Brock Lesnar.
Oh my God. Pop a powerbomb! And again a powerbomb! And again another one! Am I seeing what I think I'm seeing?
Due to the referee stopping the match, Kevin Owens is your new NXT champion!
A lot of people have an issue with what I did and the way I won this NXT title. From the moment I got here, I made my intentions very clear. I said I would fight anyone and everyone to make things for my family better, and that's exactly what I did.
Kevin Owens soaking in the booze from the NXT universe. He enjoys this.
Kevin Owens imposes his will on his opponents.
You have to respect Kevin Owens. You may not like how he goes about business, but he is effective, and he did exactly what he said he was going to do.
Look at that! Oh my God! It's a new era in NXT.
FABULOUS.
Welcome back here at NXT. It is time for Divas action.
My name is Carmella, and I am the princess of Staten Island and the most fabulous diva in NXT.
It's hard to argue with that.
Bada bing! Hottest chick in the ring. How you doing?
I am great. Thank you for asking, Carmella.
Coming up next here on NXT, Carmella faces the returning Alexa Bliss.
Getting your
You can take a swing at my ego. You can make a run for my crown. Even if your stare makes me nervous, you ain't gonna take us down. There'll be no need for crying. Like the phoenix we will rise.
We are back here inside the NXT arena. The Princess of Staten Island, Carmella, ready for Divas action.
The Princess sure knows how to cut a move and dance.
Maybe you should take notes, Albert.
How do you know I can dance well?
The following contest is a Divas match scheduled for football. Her opponent from Columbus, Ohio, Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss, her first match back, has been recovering from a broken nose over the last few months. But guys, back last week in an interview, Alexa Bliss said, quote, "I'm gunning for Sasha Banks. It's time someone showed the boss who's really in charge."
Well, I spoke to Carmella earlier in the day, and I quote, "Alexa Bliss looked like she fell in a toilet bowl with that blue hair."
Wow, really?
That's right.
How come none of the girls talk to me during the day?
Do I really need to answer that honestly?
I don't get it.
There's the bolts in your lip. So Carmella here to start things off against Alexa Bliss. Earlier on tonight, we saw Enzo Amore and Colin Cassady, the friends, I guess you could say, of Carmella. Carmella with her own matchup to focus on here. Corey, what do you think about Alexa Bliss immediately since returning here to NXT, calling out the NXT Women's Champion?
I appreciate it. I mean, you know, some would argue she has to work her way up the ladder, but she's been in there before. And I think she can do great things here.
Jason, you always talk about how it's the right way to do things.
Yeah, exactly. It's the right way to do it, you know, and I'm a big fan of Alexa Bliss. She's a little firecracker. So hard to keep down, so tough. And I agree, she's doing it the right way.
Alexa Bliss, in control here of Carmella. Last week, the main event of NXT, we saw Charlotte in a tremendous match against Sasha Banks for the NXT Women's Championship. Sasha Banks escaping with her feet on the rope, Corey.
That was an unbelievable matchup. Every time these NXT divas get in the ring, they never cease to amaze.
Cover here on Carmella and a kick out.
I was so impressed in that match with the viciousness showed by Sasha Banks. And the resilience of Charlotte. It was impressive.
Yeah, take nothing away from Charlotte. An incredible match. Here's the cover from Bliss. Incredible athleticism there by Alexa. Alexa off the ropes. Hold on. Caught here by Carmella and sent for a ride. Jason, do you think all the trash that Carmella talks might catch up with her at some point?
I don't know. I think if it did, she could probably pay her way out of it. She's the Princess of Staten Island. She comes from money.
She doesn't need to pay her way out of it. She grew up with 5 brothers. She can handle herself. She's doing a great job right now and looking fantastic doing it.
I'm sure she maxed out a few of Daddy's credit cards.
Yeah, Carmella has to break the hold there at 4 and using the rope to her advantage. You can't deny the savvy of Carmella in the ring.
That's what it takes to succeed here in the women's division.
Cover, hook to the leg here on Bliss, and a kick out.
You mentioned savvy. It doesn't come any more savvy than the boss, Sasha Banks. To get to her level, you've got to, learn a few things from her.
Ooh. Good point. She's very creative.
And look at this,
But
Carmella.
look at this.
All the rage coming out of Carmella here against Alexa Bliss. Oh, and the drop kick.
Could be a bit of an unceremonious welcome back for Alexa Bliss.
It seems that way.
Cover, hook to the leg again on Bliss, and a kick out. Another cover, out of frustration perhaps, and a kick out. Carmella for a third time here now hooks both legs, and Alexa's still in it. Still to come here on NXT, Alex Riley back in the ring. He's going to face CJ Parker. If he wins, perhaps he gets an opportunity to face Kevin Owens. And in our main event, a rematch from NXT TakeOver rival Hideo Itami versus Tyler Breeze.
Let me ask if either of you spoke to Alex Riley.
I haven't heard a word from him.
I tried to reach out to him and just not returning any of my calls.
I don't blame him, but let's look right now at Carmella slowing down the pace of the match.
Shoulders down.
She's dictating the pace right now with that body scissors.
Carmella again into another cover here in this match, and Bliss kicks out.
I'm gonna give it to Carmella. She's trying over and over and over again. I mean, a pinfall can't be far off.
Oh! Jason, you had a very long career in WWE. Many times you had to come back from injury. What is Alexa Bliss dealing with right now in the ring? Hold on a sec. Here's a cover and a kick out.
Alexa Bliss is dealing with her opponent, Carmella, just dominating her right now. I've said it before, she needs to get some space, create some distance, get her wits about her, and fight for her life right now.
And all the divas in NXT here trying to prove that they might be the next in line to challenge the NXT Women's Champion, Sasha Banks. Look at this, Alexa Bliss.
The diva division here at NXT. Ooh. Here comes Bliss, this is what I meant. Get some momentum here. Oh!
Sweeping out the leg. Whoop! The glitz flip. Here's the cover, hook to the leg, and another kick out.
Like I was saying before, the diva division here at NXT is stacked right now. There's so much talent. These ladies are changing the game.
Hold on a second. Speaking of changing the game, going up to the top rope, this could change the complexion of this match here for Carmella. Oh! She calls that the Sparkle Splash, the cover, and that'll do it.
Here is your winner.
Wow!
Alexa
I'm shocked I didn't.
You settle down, Albert. You're losing your mind over there.
Alexa Bliss in her first match returning from injury knocks off Carmella, Jason.
I'm surprised. Like I said earlier in the match.
Let's take a look back here at this match, Jason. Watch this. Going to the top rope. The Sparkle Splash. Jason, I don't know if you could have pulled that off in your day, but how about the athletic ability of Alexa?
Hats off to Alexa Bliss. I said it earlier in the match. She's a spark plug. She can take a beating and keep on coming. I didn't see this. Carmella was so dominant.
Alexa Bliss with the victory. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up here in moments, Alex Riley will face CJ Parker. Right now, take a look at the fire that burns inside of Riley.
Alex, after a long absence from the ring, tonight you return to face CJ Parker. What are your thoughts heading into this match?
My thoughts? Well, maybe I can put this into terms that you can understand. What if you were locked in a cage for 2 years, starving, watching every single person around you eat, every single day of your life, locked in this cage, watching, being told there's no room for Alex Riley. Hey kid, maybe next week. And the entire time your approach doesn't change. You're dedicated to this business. You're hoping and praying for one chance to fight for your life, because honestly, you don't know what's gonna happen. You have no idea where your life is gonna go. And you can't even fight. You're stuck in a cage. You know, I gotta thank Kevin Owens for this. He gave me a reason out. He talks about having a wife and kids that he fights for. Well, I have no family. My family is out there. And it's time I go join him. It's time I fight for my life. It's time to rage.
Tonight, Alex Riley must impress against CJ Parker. But guys, still to come here on NXT, Tyler Breeze assaulted Hideo Itami 2 weeks ago here on NXT. This rivalry heats up tonight. Itami versus Breeze in our main event.
Hideo. It didn't have to come to this. It didn't have to get ugly. Well, considering you were in it, I guess it did have to get ugly. But now the fact that it's me and you one-on-one, it's time for you to find out that the King of Cuteville is not just a pretty face.
Finn Balor awaits Kevin Owens, but this man, CJ Parker, claims he's the, quote, only man to really challenge the NXT champion, Kevin Owens.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Joliet, Illinois, weighing 227 pounds, CJ Parker!
You know, I feel like, yes, he broke Kevin Owens' nose. But you know what? Every time CJ Parker comes down to that ring, he's whining, he's crying, he's complaining about something. He's NXT's crybaby, in my opinion.
How can we not forget about what happened a few weeks ago against Solomon Crowe? He tried to take NXT hostage. He had caution tape all over the ring. Thankfully, Solomon Crowe came out here and beat the hell out of CJ Parker.
Yeah, let's talk about the world for a second. Let's talk about my world. Let's talk about my world and how it isn't fair.
And his opponent from Washington, D.C., weighing 235 pounds, Alex Riley!
6'4", 250 pounds of pure rage. Alex Riley must impress the general manager William Regal tonight against Parker if he hopes to face Kevin Owens.
I'll say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Riley looks great. I mean, he's been spending a lot of time on this side of the desk, but he's clearly been putting in the work in the gym.
I tell you, he's been putting the work in the gym, and I know Alex Riley. I've battled Alex Riley many times during my career, and when he's on top of his game, he's very dangerous. But how long has he been outside of the ring? Ring rust, it sets in. I'm a little bit nervous right now. But boy, does he look great.
Does CJ Parker understand what he's gotten into? CJ Parker told Regal he would face Riley. Alex Riley must impress William Regal in this matchup if he hopes to have a matchup in the future against Kevin Owens.
And I gotta tell you, I'm not gonna lie, I know we're not supposed to pick sides right now, but I am pulling for Alex Riley right now. Now what happened out here? Kevin Owens came out here and more or less just bullied Alex Riley, poured water over his head.
How about he launched Alex Riley over our announce desk?
You know, and Riley promised Mr. Regal that nothing's gonna happen because he loves this job so much. Next week, Kevin Owens comes out, later on, Kevin Owens comes out, pours water over his head.
And all this because Alex Riley was somewhat critical of Kevin Owens and what he did to Sami Zayn.
I don't know if he was critical, he was asking for it. Beautiful drop kick. Maybe I stand corrected, there's not much ring rust right there.
Look at this, up on his shoulder, CJ Parker trying to counter.
Oh! Listen, I understand Alex Riley has rage. He's got every right to be angry with Kevin Owens, but Riley's been out of the game for so long. He's putting everything at risk. He's putting his well-being.
Everything is at risk because last week he quit as an announcer here at NXT.
Let's face it, we don't have a bad gig here. He walked away from this because he wants to compete, because he wants a piece of Kevin Owens.
Oh. Yeah, but I know Alex Riley. He is a superb athlete. He puts his mind to something, he usually accomplishes it. And this rage has been pent up for so long.
But Jason, you also have to acknowledge that Riley, if he loses this match, potentially William Regal might not see fit to grant him his match against Kevin Owens.
That's a chance that Alex Riley
Everything is on the line. Corey, you said it. Everything's at risk for Riley.
Oh! You have to remember who we're dealing with. Kevin Owens has used man's rage against...
Cover. Hook to the leg here on Riley and a kick out.
Kevin Owens is a master of using a man's own rage against him. He did it with Sami Zayn. He goaded him into that trap and made him pay for it, took his NXT championship. Kevin Owens knows what he's doing. I'm not sure if Riley does.
You know, you got to remember, Alex Riley has been in WrestleMania.
CJ Parker just said he was going to break Alex Riley's nose. Riley in trouble here. Look at this. Parker sent flying.
Some men work well under pressure. Alex Riley happens to be one of those men.
Look at Riley.
Oh!
And a monster clothesline takes down Parker. Riley into the corner. Riley seeing through Parker, looking ahead to Kevin Owens perhaps. Oh, and the neck breaker.
You gotta figure right now, Alex Riley doesn't see CJ Parker. He does see Kevin Owens in that ring right now, and that's what fuels this fire.
Alex Riley going up to the top rope, nearly 250 pounds. Jason, not often we see this in a blockbuster. Incredible move by Alex Riley. Riley with the win, but did he impress Regal?
Here's your winner, Alex Riley.
Did Alex Riley do enough to impress our general manager?
Time will tell. William Regal is a hard man to impress, but I'll tell you what, Alex Riley impressed the NXT universe, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little impressed myself.
You know, I agree, Corey Graves.
Alex Riley, it's a good thing you look as great as you do because you are the dumbest man in NXT. And if that horrible tattoo on your back is not enough to prove that, the fact that you put an end to your own career as a commentator to fight me sure does. Because now I'm gonna end your in-ring career too. And once I'm done with that, I'm gonna put an end to the rise of Finn Balor. Trust me.
Alex Riley's opportunity to perhaps face Kevin Owens. We don't know what William Regal's going to decide, but his future could be in jeopardy here, guys.
Kevin Owens will take great pleasure in ending it all for Alex Riley.
You got to give it to Riley, put everything on the line, quit his career here as an announcer, decided to jump back into the ring and unleash himself.
Look at the emotion right here on Alex Riley's face.
What passion from Riley. But guys, Columbus, Ohio is going to get to experience the passion of NXT. Next week, we come to you from the Arnold Classic. It's NXT on the road. But up next, we heard from Tyler Breeze earlier tonight saying, quote, I will prove myself to be more than just a pretty face against Hideo Itami. What a main event. Breeze versus Itami is next.
Don't miss NXT on the road next week from the Arnold Classic in Columbus.
Is it my eyes when you look at me?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first currently residing in his seasonal residence in Rosalie Bay, Dominica, weighing 205 pounds,
when I appear.
An NXT TakeOver rival. We kicked off the show with Hideo Itami against Tyler Breeze. Breeze had believed that Hideo Itami had squandered his opportunity in the #1 Contenders tournament for him.
things have just gotten worse. These two, they've been at each other's throats since TakeOver, before TakeOver. I think things have finally reached their boiling point.
And then it was 2 weeks ago after Hideo Itami's match. Breeze came out of absolutely nowhere, Jason, and hit the supermodel kick on Hideo Itami.
That he did. And, you know, I don't know what it is. Tyler Breeze is now obsessed with Hideo Itami. He took it to Twitter. He vowed to send him back to Japan.
Tyler Breeze believes he should have had the spotlight at NXT TakeOver rival and not this man.
And his opponent from Tokyo, Japan, weighing 180 pounds, Hideo Itami.
Guys, Hideo Itami has wowed the NXT universe ever since his arrival at NXT TakeOver R Evolution. But what is he to expect against Tyler Breeze tonight, Jason?
No, I'm not sure. You know, Tyler Breeze, typically whatever he puts his mind to, he succeeds. I mean, he wanted to be a model. He succeeded. He wanted to be the #1 contender in NXT. He succeeded in the past. Tyler Breeze has his eyes set on Hideo Itami. He wants a big win tonight.
He had his eyes set on defeating Itami at TakeOver, and it didn't happen.
It didn't happen, but Tyler Breeze, don't count him out. Don't ever count him out.
I have to say, I do like this new aggressive side of Tyler Breeze we've been seeing in recent weeks. I hate to use the term ugly in reference to Tyler Breeze, Prince Pretty, but it's been effective to this point.
Well, Corey, maybe you can help me with this. Tyler Breeze believes that Hideo Itami wasted his opportunity in the #1
like last time. Not gonna be like last time.
Tyler Breeze, taking his time, believes that Hideo Itami wasted his chance in the #1 Contenders tournament. Hideo Itami fell to Finn Balor, who became the #1 contender. What does Hideo Itami have at all to be ashamed of?
Hideo has nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh, come on. And Tyler Breeze again taking some time outside the ring.
But you heard it last time he rolled out of the ring. He said it's not going to be like last time. Tyler Breeze changed up his game plan. He's got something in mind for Hideo Itami.
2, 3. Keep it in the ring, guys. Let's go.
Albert, I have a question for you. How long does the selfie stick have to be to fit your entire skull in a frame?
That's like a pool cleaner, I think. Tyler Breeze trying to tangle here with Hideo Itami. Now backing him into the corner.
This is what I'm talking about. This is that aggression from Breeze.
And you really can't take anything away from Tyler Breeze. What he did over the summer, Albert, you talked about it, becoming #1 contender to the NXT title, and then the brilliant match at NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way.
And, you know, that is Tyler Breeze's biggest gripe. It was a 4-way match.
And how many opportunities do you have to win it?
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? He's never had that #1 contender championship match.
Hold on. Oh, what a clothesline from Hideo.
He's never had that match to be just a one-on-one match. And that burns Tyler Breeze.
The big hitter from Japan, Hideo Itami, just laying waste to Tyler Breeze.
Clotheslined him out of his furry boots.
Itami, knees into the midsection. Going up to the top turnbuckle here. Tyler Breeze is in trouble early on in this matchup. Look at Itami go. Using the ropes.
We've seen this before. Itami could look to end this early.
Going up to the top rope. Tyler Breeze. Bad situation here, center of the ring. And Breeze, ever the opportunist, uses the ropes.
It's fantastic ring awareness.
Back it off, back it off. There, you're okay. Can you continue? Hey, knock it off. You can't be doing that. Come here, Hideo.
Not sure really what he did. The referee was admonishing him for not being able to do that. Tyler Breeze just being very clever and now being very vicious.
Come on, back it up.
Corey, we've known for a long time how much Tyler Breeze is self-centered, how much he craves the spotlight. Why does it always have to be at other people's expense? Why can't he ever own up to his own shortcomings sometimes?
That's a great question. Maybe it's a defense mechanism. This is a very self-based business. It's all about being the best. There's one champion. There's not a group of friends that become champion. Maybe that's Tyler Breeze. He's brainwashed himself.
Off the leg drop into the cover here. Hook to the leg on Itami and a kick out. We know this would certainly mean bragging rights between these two superstars, but potentially could be in line perhaps to become the new #1 contender to the NXT title down the road. Breeze is in control right now on Itami.
Next week, the road called and NXT answered. Get ready. NXT's baddest and brightest are invading the Arnold Sports Festival in Columbus, Ohio, with fan tryouts, exclusive interviews, autograph signings, and more. But it doesn't stop there. It gets even bigger.
Kevin Owens came out here, bullied Alex Riley, poured water over his head.
Riley quit. He walked away from this because he wants a piece of Kevin Owens.
Alex Riley, I'm gonna end your in-ring career too.
Alex Riley finally gets his hands on NXT champion Kevin Owens. And Ohio's own Alexa Bliss collides with NXT Women's Champion Sasha Banks. The Buckeye State will never be the same. NXT at the Arnold Sports Festival next week on WWE Network.
Welcome back here to NXT. This is our main event, a rematch from NXT TakeOver Rival just 3 weeks ago. Tyler Breeze in control of Hideo Itami.
Hands up, bring it down, let's go. Come on.
Corey Graves Itami's been in a bad position throughout much of this match, starting to find his legs here against Breeze.
Hideo Itami is so dangerous. He can hit you with anything, his hands, his feet. He is a walking weapon. It only takes a little bit of a change of tide to put Hideo on top again.
And he's got that fighting spirit. You can never count Hideo Itami out.
And he's got the NXT Universe behind him here against Tyler Breeze.
In his groove.
Both these superstars trying to one-up each other over the last few weeks.
Breeze doing a smart thing, rolling under the bottom rope, trying to buy himself some time.
I don't think he went far enough.
Let's go, listen up.
Whoop, missing with a kick. Tyler Breeze, using the top rope, paying back the favor from earlier on in the match.
Very well scouted by Breeze. This is a man who learns from his mistakes.
He's been making a lot of them of late. Oh, nice blow.
Oh, Itami just leveled Breeze. Here's the cover. Hideo can't put him away.
That was a little too close for comfort. Itami's got to capitalize, though. This is the first time in the match he's been in solid control. He's got Breeze weary right now.
Both men are battle-worn, though, right now.
Both these men went into NXT TakeOver Rival looking for an opportunity to shine, to steal the show, perhaps. A thriller they put on just a few weeks ago here live on the WWE Network.
I tell you, that was a hard-hitting match.
Itami trying to reverse things. Now the counter by Tyler Breeze. Itami, and another boot to the side of the head. And Breeze with the supermodel kick. Itami could be done right here, and Itami kicked out.
Itami's still showing fight in him right now.
That could have been pure instinct, though. I think Tyler Breeze got all of that kick right in the chin of Hideo Itami.
See right now, Tyler Breeze. But it's slow getting up. You got to figure he's wounded.
How about the supermodel kick that Breeze hit on Hideo Itami on the ramp just 2 weeks ago? Take another look at this one. Oh, what a kick on the ear of Hideo.
I talked about the laser precision of Hideo Itami's feet. Not bad by Breeze.
Wait a minute, we saw this at NXT TakeOver Rival. Breeze was trying to use the pole, but instead the post right into the face of Breeze. How well scouted, Jason, is that on the part of Hideo?
I'll tell you, I don't know if that's called so much scouting or an instinct right there. I think he saw the danger that was lurking.
These are two
nice reaction.
These are two world-class competitors. They can adapt on the fly. That's why they're at this level. You have to be able to do things like they just did.
That's the beauty of the WWE Network, guys. You can go back and watch NXT TakeOver Rival, see the match these two had. Hideo Itami saw that one coming from Breeze. Now he's looking to capitalize. Top rope, knee to the back of the head. This could do it on Breeze. Hideo into the cover, in the corner, shoulders down, and a kick out.
Breeze doing everything he can to get himself out of the loser's column against Itami right now.
You better think of something quick.
The NXT Universe wants to see the best out of Hideo Itami. Now laying into Tyler Breeze here. Tyler Breeze is in a world of trouble.
Here come those strikes. It only takes one in the right spot. You're out cold.
This is where Hideo's so dangerous. They miss with the drop kick. Now Breeze, the beauty shot. Cover on Itami. Cover Hideo. Oh, Tyler Breeze has beaten Itami.
He finally did it.
Here is your winner, Tyler Breeze.
That is the vindication that Tyler Breeze has been after for oh so long. And Prince Pretty has finally done it.
This one a rematch from NXT TakeOver Rival. What a match. Let's take you back. Here is Tyler Breeze battling Hideo Itami, and this was a turning point here, Corey.
We saw it all night long. These two had each other so well scouted. They've seen everything they had. Here it is, the beauty shot. Lights out Hideo.
Tyler Breeze getting a measure of revenge tonight against Itami. What a performance here tonight on NXT by Tyler Breeze. He wanted the spotlight, Corey. He finally got it.
The King of Cuteville is on his throne where he belongs.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here tonight on NXT. Don't forget, next week, NXT is on the road in Columbus, Ohio at the 2015 Arnold Classic. Good night, everybody.